Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Monday afternoon / evening, depending on when it is I upload this and when you actually see this. I hope the day's treated you well. Hope the Monday's treated you well. I know sometimes Mondays suck, so hopefully this one didn't and it treated you well. In this video, we're talking about Radu Dragusin interest from Serie A and kind of the situation in that. Just want to say, if you're watching this, you need to subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. And if you didn't previously know, I have already uploaded today, basically comparing last season's fixtures to this season's fixtures in terms of who we've played, the difference, what we've gained, and so on and so forth. Go check it out if you haven't already. Let's talk about Dragusin, though, because this is interesting. Now, you know Dragusin, come from the Serie A, and you know his agent, Chat. He just loves a good chat. And that's, as much as it annoys us, excuse me, and it does annoy me, that's what your agent, what you want your agent to do is drum up good publication about you. You want your agent to be able to do that because half the time it gets you a better deal. Because that's what most of the time agents are trying to do. Agents are just trying to get you a better deal. It can just basically be a better wage. It could be they want to get you a move, but you know what I mean? The whole idea is for the agents to keep getting you a better deal because obviously it benefits them as well. So Ryan Taylor Sport said that Napoli are amongst a number of Italian clubs monitoring the situation of Radu Dragusin, but the player will not push for a move away from the club in January, despite his agent suggesting earlier in the year that his client would look to leave the club if he didn't become a regular in the team. Now, I think the key thing is, maybe let's go back to last January when we actually signed Dragusin. We were playing once a week, maximum twice a week, very rarely, but mostly once a week. And with that, we were, really developing on the whole Mickey and Kuti relationship. We were developing Pedro Porro and Romero, and then obviously Destiny and Mickey. It was all starting to develop, obviously Vic with all of them. And that takes time. You don't build that chemistry overnight. And they were doing quite well. We were having issues in the rest of our team. So, if you're having issues with the rest of the team in terms of injuries and so on and so forth, there's no real need to muck around with something that doesn't really need to be mucked around with. And that is your main back four. Just keep it the same. Work with having to work with everything else having to change due to injuries and suspensions. This season, having obviously now, we're still in the EFL Cup. We went out in the second round. Obviously, we were in the third round this year due to the league finish position. Obviously, we then won that game against Coventry, going into the next round against Man City. Obviously, we have the Europa League this year, obviously having played 2 of those games. But the key thing in that is Dragusin started the first game and got sent off and then had to miss the next game. Now, I expect Dragusin to play Thursday against AZ Alkmaar. I really do believe that. But at the same time, he would have played in Hungary had he not been sent off. So that's a little bit on him, right? Not going to kill him for it, but that is somewhat on him, don't you think? The situation this time out is you've got Mickey van der Ven who's playing at a really good level. I think Mickey's playing better this season than he was last season. I think aerially looking better. And that's one of the only things that I seriously said was his weakness was winning the high ball. And I've this season seen him win the high ball quite consistently compared to last year. Obviously with the ball, fantastic, loads of pace, got assists. All that bit, you've seen from Mickey. Kuti's been the one that struggled a little bit more. Now, defensively, stats-wise, he's actually been very, very good. A few momentary lapses of concentration. I get that. But stats-wise, he's been very, very good. Now, I'm a Dragusin fan. Now, let you know, all the way back in January, I kind of wanted to Debo over Dragusin. So, my hands are up. I did say that. But since getting Dragusin, I've liked what I've seen. I loved watching him play for Romania in the summer. I was a Romania fan. I always called them my dark horses because I just loved Dragusin and the other guys defending. And, he will continue to get better. He's very, very young still. And I think he's going to get more and more minutes where you look at the fact we're going to be playing every 3 or 4 days. If you think Mickey and Kuti are playing every 3 or 4 days, you're in for a shock because they can't do that. Nor would I want them to do that, by the way. I don't want them to do that. I want to keep them fit. And to keep them fit, you rotate them when you can. Now, AZ Alkmaar, I expect Dragusin to play. And I do expect him to play because Sunday, we'll obviously then play Crystal Palace away, which I expect then Mickey and Kuti to be back. Now, against AZ Alkmaar, I'm interested to see, do they go with Mickey or Ben Davies as centre-half? we obviously do our preview tomorrow. When you see this, it'll be Tuesday when I do my preview. You know, does that happen? Where does Archie Gray fit in? You know, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we'll get to that another day. But I expect him to play. And you know what? I think the EFL Cup, I think the Europa League, and I think the FA Cup as well. Obviously, that comes in a few months' time. That's not right now. I expect Dragusin to play big minutes in those competitions. Now, look, we may go out against Man City, and we may go out first round that we play in the FA Cup, which would leave Dragusin to play more minutes in the Europa League. But I expect him to play bigger minutes in the Europa League. We've still got another 6 games of sort of the league phase side of things. Obviously, the third game is AZ Alkmaar on Thursday night, so I expect to see him again play there, and using that as a launch pad into becoming what we all hope Dragusin to be, this monster-like defender. And he is a monster-like defender. I just think sometimes he needs to recognise I'm bigger than 99.9% of this league. I'm stronger than 99.9% of this league, if not all of them, give or take the scenario. I'm decent off the ball. I'm quick enough. Use your physical gifts to annihilate people. That's what the top defenders are doing. And I think he can do that once he just gains that confidence in, yeah, actually, I can do that. I'm just going to absolutely smash people. So I'm looking forward to the Dragusin development over the next few months. I don't see him leaving, by the way. Not for 1 second do I see him leaving. The only way he leaves is if Spurs get offered a crazy money bid, which you're not going to get from the Serie A. There is no money in the Serie A to do that. Yes, Napoli may have that maybe next summer if they'd sell Osimhen, but I think they're expecting to sell Osimhen for about 100 million this summer. Didn't get it. Nobody wanted to touch it with a 20-foot pole. Lo and behold, they've not got the money to do that. So they've not got the money to get Dragusin. I don't expect him to leave. I expect him to be a key player at Spurs. You never know with Romero. Does Romero leave? You know, if he leaves, you need someone to step in there, and that's where Dragusin will step in. I expect to see Dragusin a lot over the next few months with international breaks, with different competitions, with games every few days. So I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about his agent. Dragusin's been really clear. He doesn't, you know, his agent doesn't speak for me. And that's the attitude of a professional. So hopefully we see him Thursday night. Just absolutely destroy AZ Alkmaar. And I love Troy Parrott for the fact that he's a former Spurs player. But in this one game, this 190 minutes, I want him to have his worst game in the nicest way possible. Because I want Dragusin just to dominate. And everyone in the Europa League to watch highlight clips back going, Jesus, did you see that Spurs centre-half? And they'll go, who? Mickey? Or they'll go, Van der Ven or Romero. They go, no. Dragusin, did you see Dragusin? He's a monster. That's what I want. I want that scare factor. Because I remember watching him walking in with on TV packages of Sky Sports for the Man United draw, the 2-2 draw. I remember watching him walking in and I was like, I'm actually scared of him. He literally looks like he'd annihilate me. He'd eat me alive. And that's what I want back. I want that fear factor back. But we shall see. Anyway, guys, at the end of the video, I hope you enjoyed. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit me in the comment section down below your thoughts, fears about Dragusin. Do you think he's staying? Do you think he's going? What do you think he needs to be better on? X, Y, and Z. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification for more. But anyway, guys, at the end of the video, I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.